I'll just follow the new trends. Hey, hey. Guess I'll just follow the new trends. Hey, hey. Guess I'll just follow the new trends. Hey, hey.
From the Ron Miller Race Car Studio, this is the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans.
Again.
To the Hammer Down Racing Report.
Number 109?
Eight.
Eight? Oh, wow.
We took a week off, remember?
Oh, that's right. I'm trying to rush things.
Halloween. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember why we took a week off. Welcome to the show for Thursday, November 14th. This is your Oakshade Raceway Champion Show. Short one champion that was going to be joining us in the studio because apparently he had a brake line blowout and couldn't make the trip from Hillsdale. So we'll be talking to...
You know, I got a hunch he's still up in his tree stand.
So? You think it's
I'm thinking he's up in his tree stand, but that's okay.
It's a good excuse, if nonetheless, either way. But Cory Gumm, we'll talk to him later on via phone.
Also, I think he's used that excuse on coming down to the shop to pick up his car before, too. Boy, maybe we ought to buy him a brake line kit.
Maybe. Also, we'll be talking to Jerry Signor. We talked to him earlier in the week, so he's a little pre-recorded champion of the sportsman class. Joining us in the studio tonight, our late model champion, Devin Shiels. 3-time, right?
Yep, 3 times.
Oh, I suppose I should turn your guys' mics on. There you go.
Yep, 3-time. Should have been 4, but...
Okay.
We'll talk about that.
Learn more about that a little bit later. Also, Oakshade Raceway 2019 Bomber champion Terry Rushlow joining us as well. 2-time champion for you, right?
Yep,
2013 also a championship year.
Yep.
So some veteran champions joining us.
Hiding over in the corner is John Raines, car owner extraordinaire.
Say hi. Make sure that microphone works. We don't usually use the blue microphone back there.
It's not on.
It's on. It just
Hello.
They don't all light up.
Oh, yeah.
I think we hear you.
Yeah, we're good. Now put that back over so you can say a thought might come into your head that you want to share with everybody.
Okay.
See, there's another one. Okay. Coming at you live from the Ron Miller Race Car Studio on YouTube, Facebook Live, Periscope, Twitter, whatever. Also can catch us on all those other podcast things. iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes,
the folks
Google.
that sign your paycheck. Don't forget that one.
Yeah, all those. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Hammer Report. Follow us, like us on Facebook as well. And make sure to give Ron Miller Race Cars a call, 734-856-7223. Support those that support the show. So
That's
the
it.
show can keep going on. Do you have gift cards ready?
I do.
People buying them already?
I do. Well, nobody has called asking for them. We're getting kind of close to Thanksgiving, and what better way?
2 weeks.
Yeah, what better way to say, geez, happy Thanksgiving than a gift certificate from Ron Miller Race Cars?
There you go, 734-856-7223. And 2 weeks from now, Thanksgiving, we will be taking Turkey Day off.
Yeah,
So
we ain't going to be here, folks.
We'll be getting stuff in our faces and probably watching football or whatever.
We'll be at the Miller family farm, dishing it out.
Do people come to your door on Thanksgiving Day?
More
so than Halloween?
There's about 15 of us that don't live there, and 4
So
that
will there
do,
be extra scraps, maybe?
Maybe.
All right, I'll come by.
I think we're at a two turkey deal already. So.
All right. We'll be talking to our champions here in just a little bit of results from last weekend and some other news to cover here. Before we get to that, I wasn't really going to cover the Montpelier Motor Speedway Monster Mash from last weekend, but we have a couple former guests that did pretty good out there.
That's what I heard.
Last Saturday, they had that rescheduled from 2 weeks prior. The year before, when they kept pushing it back, it ended up
in
being
the spring,
pushed back to April because the weather got ridiculous. This year they toughed it out despite the cold weather, and got the show in. It was an afternoon show last Saturday afternoon, and coming up with the win there in the UMP Modifieds, Clark Lake, Michigan's Brian Ruhlman. He got the cool skull trophy for winning that feature event. So congratulations to him
and the big bucks, ish.
Okay. Bill Bradley of Van Buren, Indiana, won the Super Street feature. Last week's guest on the show.
No, that's Glenn Bradley's son, I think.
Is it?
Do you remember that name?
I do remember
okay.
that name.
Might even be his grandson.
I'm picturing a red car. Did he drive a red car?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I got.
Or orange.
Okay. Anyways, Sean Valeni from Rising Sun won the Thunder Car feature in his truck.
And we
So
told
would it
him
be a Thunder truck?
we told him that could happen. He was here.
That's what happens when you're on the show. You usually win the next race. So when's your guys' next race?
We don't know yet. It'll be Eldora sometime.
Okay.
Be our first race.
I think ours will be probably
Attica.
Attica.
So spring.
Yeah,
Okay.
when it's warmer.
All right. Well, keep in mind that you were on the show, so you guys are.
Now you're sure
Expected to
Attica's opening race will be warmer?
Maybe.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, it's usually freezing there.
Yeah. We had that one year it was 70.
Yeah. One
nice.
year the track iced over.
Oh, steam was coming off the
yeah.
off the ground.
Well, hopefully it'll
Good
be
times.
Yeah.
warmer than the Monster Mash this past weekend. But yeah.
Craig Dittman finished 8th.
Did he? I didn't see
Yep.
where he had finished. I saw he was out there.
I guess there's not a whole lot of body left on his car. It was kind of a harrowing experience, but did manage to soldier on to 8th.
What happened?
Really don't know.
Oh.
Didn't get all
I
the
think,
details.
Blykamp was out there as well.
Yeah, maybe.
Blykamp. He was also a champion of the Bombers. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, he beat us by like 90-something.
99,000 points.
That's crazy.
Yeah, how did that happen?
I have no idea.
It's
That's
funny.
crazy.
I shared that on his page, and then a couple days later, actually, it was today I noticed that it had been corrected.
Corrected, yeah.
So somebody must have saw that. Sorry, Chrissy or Pam or whoever did that. I'm sure it was just a point thing from
It was from the last night.
the
I'm
last
sure.
night. Yeah,
Probably
you're still the champion. Though.
finger.
I don't think they're going to take it away from
Hey.
you. It could happen. It's not official until the banquet.
Yeah,
from what I hear.
unofficial. Yeah, that's what it's.
still unofficial.
The Can-Am World Finals, World of Outlaw, NOS Energy Drink Sprints, and late models were in action last weekend from the dirt track at Charlotte. David Gravel collected his 50th career World of Outlaw feature win on Friday night. In late model action on Friday night, it was a Scott Bloomquist Racing sweep with Chris Madden taking the win and Bloomer there finishing in second. Saturday night, David Gravel again back picking up another win, and he was actually, I guess, had an outside shot of winning that tight championship battle there. Mm-hmm. But Brad Sweet finished second, and where'd I go? And Donnie Schatz finished third, so Sweet edged out the closest World of Outlaw point championship in history by just 4 points over Donnie Schatz for the World of Outlaw sprint car.
Seems like every week we were mentioning that Schatz won something.
And he came up short. How disappointing would that be?
Yeah.
If you won all, 13 races and then missed the championship by 4 points, how upset would that make you guys?
Pretty damn
Bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, DNFs. That'll get you.
Consistency. In late model action on Saturday night, Jimmy Owens took over the lead on lap 6. Never looked back to win that feature. Brandon Shepard had already clinched his second World of Outlaw championship. And the next race for the World of Outlaw late models will be January 2nd and 5th at Vado, or through the 5th, I should say, at Vado Speedway Park in New Mexico. Very nice new facility out there.
I haven't seen any pictures of it.
I've seen pictures. That's about it.
Yeah.
I was watching some races on YouTube from out there. It looks like a really racy track too.
Oh, and it's amazing. They're building dirt tracks and putting dirt over some pavement and closing pavement tracks. It's just
And some dirt tracks are for sale.
yeah.
Mansfield, you guys want to buy a track?
No.
I haven't heard any updates on that since we reported last week that Cody Summer is not going to return to run that next year, and the track is up for sale. So.
And it was one of those deals where if you got to ask,
It's too expensive.
it's too expensive.
So
Absolutely.
I can't buy it. Stuart Friesen didn't let a first lap penalty that sent him to the rear of the field keep him out of victory lane Friday night at Phoenix's ISM Raceway. It was ruled that he jumped the initial start, but he ended up winning anyway. The 4 championship contenders in the Truck Series will be Friesen, Brett Moffitt, Ross Chastain, and Matt Crafton.
Pretty interesting article. Sorry about that. Shouldn't have pointed. It's a pretty interesting article about Stu Friesen's car owner in the latest Speedway Illustrated. If you don't get that magazine, it's worth looking it up.
Okay. I feel like that was a teaser with
the guy is really, the car owner is very dedicated, not only to Stu Friesen, but to dirt track racing in general. And just a nice Q&A article on where they were and where they are now.
Okay. Truck Series Championship will be decided tomorrow night, 8:30. Is it tomorrow night, really?
Yes, it is.
Damn, season's ending quick.
Boom, we're done.
Ford EcoBoost 200 Miami Homestead Speedway tomorrow night, 8:30 on Fox Sports 1. Justin Allgaier won the Xfinity race Saturday at Phoenix. It was his first victory of the season. Championship 4 in the Xfinity Series will be Allgaier, Cole Custer, Tyler Reddick, and Christopher Bell. I know you're a fan of Reddick.
I am.
Because of his dirt late model.
He's one of us.
Well, what about Bell?
Sorry.
Because he's open wheel?
No fenders on his car. Sorry.
Wow. Wow, okay. The championship for the Xfinity Series will be decided on Saturday, 5:30 from Miami Homestead. It's Ford EcoBoost 300. Cup Series action, Denny Hamlin, after his comments a few weeks ago. Oh, can we play that again? Let's do that. This is his Joey Logano imitation.
He would probably say, short track racing.
So it wasn't, I guess technically Phoenix is still considered a short track, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 1 mile.
Big short track, but Hamlin ended up picking up the win to get his name with the in with the other 4 championship drivers.
Did you get to watch it at all? You know, actually,
not.
Scott, if it wasn't for the points championship and getting into the final 4, it would have been a pretty boring race, but you just never knew because Hamlin, no matter what he did, had to win.
Wasn't there a late restart? I thought.
Oh, there was.
Other than that, it was a pretty boring
like
race.
3 to go. They would fan out 4 wide for about a lap, and then they'd drop back in. But the points chase made it exciting, and I'm not a big fan
Logano did not make it in.
No, Logano dropped down a lap.
Hamlin was probably happy about that.
Logano seemed to get a bad set of tires. Nobody said a bad set of tires, but
is there a conspiracy?
They had a pit stop, and
did somebody sabotage his tires?
All of a sudden, his car was good again. So I don't know.
Interesting.
I think they've had a discussion with the drivers about blaming Goodyear for inconsistent tires, but there were inconsistent tires.
Okay, it happens. Joining Hamlin will be Martin Truex, Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch. Those are your 4 Cup drivers battling it out for the championship on Sunday, 3 o'clock. That race will be on NBC, and you can listen to it on our iHeartRadio station.
1037 CKY.
That's the one. Buckeye Country. It's been rebranded.
It's still CKY.
It is still CK. It's Buckeye Country 1037 CKY.
Got to say it right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Got to get all of that on there. And some racing news here. NASCAR fined Bubba Wallace $50,000. That's a lot of money, really, in my world.
Yeah.
And 50 driver points for admitting to an NBC reporter on Friday at ISM Speedway or Raceway, whatever the hell it's called, that he purposely spun to bring out the caution flag on lap 240 the previous week at Texas.
He said, in his defense, there's other guys doing that.
Which isn't wrong.
Right. No, he's absolutely right. That the guys have admitted to doing it, but they never admitted over a microphone.
Do you think this was a reaction to, who was it, Kyle Larson, that got hurt by that caution flag for his spin at Texas?
Yeah.
And he was complaining that these guys are out there spinning on purpose, and when are they going to do something about it?
Yeah, they said Kyle Busch did.
Mm-hmm. I want to know where that money goes. Where's that $50,000 go?
That is a good question. Driver point fund?
It had to start adding up pretty good.
50-50 drawing?
Charity? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm going to look into that. I'll find out for next week's show.
Right.
Where does the $50,000 go? I will get to the bottom of that. That is a mystery. What else we got here? Oh, some sad news again. Multifaceted racer and noted industry innovator Randy Sweet, founder of Sweet Manufacturing, died Friday morning. Last Friday morning at the age of 72. He had 4 late model track championships, 63 late model victories at Michigan's Berlin Speedway. In 1978, he started to manufacture and sell products that he built and tested in his own cars.
I think he was most noted, though, for what he did with his Outlaw car. He and C.J. Rayburn especially had a thing going where they would go to tracks and try to beat each other's times. He had some, Randy Sweet had some world records in Outlaw winged late models. Some pretty outrageous cars.
He was inducted into Berlin's Hall of Fame on November 1st of this year. He was also a well-known backer of Scott Bloomquist's Team Zero racing operation.
I guess after last weekend's race down Charlotte, Bloomer was headed up there. As I understand it, there's no family, so a lot of big questions as to what's going to happen with the company.
Some other news that was breaking this afternoon from Brian Lisky over there, Fremont, Attica.
Really nice guy.
Did you see that?
I did.
Apparently, WFRO over there in Fremont, that they do a Buckeye Speed Zone on Thursday nights, right before we come on.
Right.
He's no longer there, we'll say, and apparently are discontinuing that show. So it's another motorsports-related program that has kind of been...
Kind of like our show back over on the other side of town, where the program director just decided that motorsports was not a viable sport, and...
Yeah, I'm not sure what the details were on that. Radio is a fickle thing. Anything can happen at any time, and without warning. I mean, you could be number one, and still... Your job's not
well. The morning show.
It's all about the money. It's kind of like the drivers and money. You could be a champion, but it doesn't mean your driver's seat is safe if you don't have the money attached to you.
The highest rated morning show over on that station, highest rated morning show in the area.
Highest rated morning show on that station. Probably be the only one on that station.
Yeah. But they were prohibited from talking about NASCAR on Monday morning.
I have no idea what morning show.
Gary and Harv. They could
on what?
Yeah, when we were over.
Oh, you're talking in the past. I thought you were talking about now. I'm like,
no.
With it. What are you talking about?
No.
I thought we were talking about WFRO's morning show.
Stay tuned in, Scott.
I'm sorry, I got confused.
He's got a lot of buttons over there.
He's reading his notes, trying to get too far ahead.
They weren't allowed to talk about
They
it?
couldn't talk about. No.
It seems kind of strange, but it happens. Radio is a weird business. So, anyways,
well, the guy that was a program director was, or sports director, was pretty weird too.
Oh yeah,
I
know what you're talking about.
Okay,
I extended a invitation to Brian Lisky to join us whenever he wants, because I feel that sometimes the open wheel guys aren't represented as well as they possibly could be here.
We do our best.
I know we do, but. Just saying, we'd have a good, even balance that way.
I mean, I even saw your Antron.
This is what I'm talking. Anton Hernandez.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, we'll be talking about him here in just a moment.
I know.
Actually, that was the next thing here. As I posted on our Facebook page, Anton Hernandez, who was on the show, about 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago? Not too long ago, has been invited to, we talked about this, he was hoping for an invitation for the Gateway Dirt Nationals, and he got it to race a midget at the Arizona Shirts Gateway Dirt Nationals, December 19th through the 21st.
That's pretty exciting.
Congratulations to him, and we wish him the best of luck. And he's going to be running, the USAC Sprint Series full time in 2020. So he's got some good things happening. Bad news now: the Metro Fair Board has voted to terminate its contract with Fairground Speedway in Nashville, Tennessee. Operators Tony and Claire Formosa. Apparently, the Formosas owe the Fair Board $30,000 in concession commissions. Maybe that $50,000 Bubba Wallace paid, maybe they could donate that to help.
And they'd
pay the concessions back.
Yeah.
Have a $20,000 surplus.
Yeah. Apparently, they had violated the track curfew. They've been late paying rent. So those are some of the reasons that they terminated that contract. The Formosas had entered into an alliance with Bristol Motor Speedway to bring a NASCAR race to the track. It's unknown how the termination will affect the agreement between the two parties, but I would think that it's not a positive thing.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of sucks. A lot of history at Nashville, whatever the fairgrounds.
Yeah,
speedway.
I hope they don't plow it up to make a horse track.
I thought I read something that said that there was arena. They made an arena or soccer
Yeah.
stadium or something, and there was not a lot of room there. The track was kind of in the way or something.
So they were going to try to make a multi-purpose facility out of it, yeah.
So, I don't know. Good luck down there in Nashville. Must See Racing announced on Tuesday the creation of the Must See Midwest Light Series, a feeder series for the Must See Racing National Tour, and provide an entry-level wing sprint car series for rookies and veterans alike. Midwest Light Series will replace the discontinued Lorain County Speedway 602 Crate Series, Sprint Series. It will operate separately from the Must See Racing National Tour. It will have its own rulebook, schedule, and officials. More details will be forthcoming.
When we were at Sandusky, there was a couple of 602 wing sprints that
Running with
ran
the
that
regular?
show. Yeah, and they were pretty impressive. You could definitely tell the difference in the tone of the engines, but the cars look good.
Okay. Front Row Motorsports and Matt Tifft have mutually agreed to end their driving agreement as Tifft continues to focus on his health. Was it last week we reported that he had seizures?
Right.
Or it's last month, which a couple weeks ago. He made the decision to focus on his health and could not commit to racing full-time in 2020. So, and again, he was forced to step out of the car, was at Martinsville last month after suffering a seizure. So that's kind of sucky. A wall at the River Spirit Expo Center building had some issues.
Really?
Did you hear about this?
I didn't.
Do you know what the River Spirit Expo Center holds?
No.
Do you know where it's at?
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
My guess would be Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah, Chili Bowl.
It's like they were bringing in some dirt.
Yeah. Well, they were bringing in some dirt, but it was for a BMX thing, I think, like this weekend or something. And
They need big concrete walls for BMX racers?
No, what happened was a dump truck was pulling out and it was bringing in dirt for a BMX event set to be held inside the village. Truck pulled out, and the loading portion of the truck snagged onto a pillar above.
He left the bed up.
Left the bucket up. Yeah.
Left the bed up.
John would know about that.
He left the bed up. I seen pictures of it.
Did you? I didn't see the pictures.
That
but,
was bad, huh?
Yeah,
Took
it
the
had
whole
glass
wall.
and the whole wall fell. And
Oh,
there was parts
no.
on the ground. It said this could be very expensive.
It did say, though, that neither the Tulsa Shootout, which happens right before the Chili Bowl Nationals, January 2nd, I believe that starts the Tulsa Shootout, but neither of those events will be affected by the damage. So I'm guessing they'll be able to get things fixed by then.
Hope so.
But it was not dirt for the Chili Bowl Nationals or the Tulsa Shootout. That was it wasn't those organizers. They wanted to make that clear that it wasn't them that ripped down half the wall for that. So. And that's all the news I have for this week. That's the end of the show. Thanks for coming in.
All right. Let's go home. Out.
It's dinner time.
So we got our Oakshade Raceway champions in here. We're going to talk specifically with Mr. Shiels first. This is your third Oakshade Raceway championship in a row.
Yep.
So how does the third one rank compared to the rest of your championships?
They're just as important as the first one.
Okay.
But just consistent.
How would you compare this season to last season as far as how things went?
It was a lot closer in points. I think the year before we had it sewn up the last two nights or something. We just had to show up, and they made me work for it this year.
Kester finished second there, and it was pretty close among the top three, I believe, there toward the end.
Yeah, I think we were 20 points, and Mister was right. I think he led most of the beginning part of the year, and then I think Kester led for a little bit, I believe. And, yeah, we just had a couple, I think, one bad night, two bad nights. That was about it.
Same equipment that you ran last year? Or?
Yeah, it's the XR1. We did a little bit different motor than last year, and I think that, I don't know, it didn't really hurt, but
It didn't help you as much as you wanted?
It's a little more snappy. I mean, it's a little tougher to drive. I think it helped at Attica a little bit, but Oakshade with a little slicker track surface, it kind of hurt us a little bit a couple nights, mid-July, August.
So you got 3 wins this season and 3 wins the previous season, previous championship as well. Are you happy with just getting the 3 wins? I mean,
Oh, no. No. I was hoping to add to that this year, but just seemed like it was spread out over multiple drivers. And you had Keller.
there were a lot of
you
different
had
winners, yeah.
Kester, Missler. I mean, it was just
Dusty.
Dusty Moore, Chipley.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He had a night. Just seemed like if you got out front, you could usually hold on to it, and I don't know. It just we're always there. We just need to get a little more speed.
How were your draws, your pill draws?
Terrible this year.
But it didn't seem to hurt you.
No,
Too much, at least.
We could usually get through. There's a couple nights I struggled to do some passing, but other than that, the feature, we were starting 11th, 12th, a lot of nights, and we usually could get to the front.
So you had to work hard.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you said you had a different motor package. The last 3-4 nights, they had found something or the track changed. Was the motor any different? What were your feelings on that?
No, it stayed. I had a couple valve springs go out on me over at Attica, and we changed all of them. That seemed to perk up the motor a little bit, and it was okay. We do our stuff to tune it down a little bit. You don't need a lot of horsepower.
No, you had a pretty good year at Attica as well. Finished runner-up there.
Yep. Doug was just tough to beat.
Doug Drown?
Yeah. He just he's hammered down, and that's about what you need at Attica. But, yeah, we finished second, and a lot better than we did last year. Last year we were in second. Actually, we were leading at one point and then hurt the motor the last night and had to go in a backup car and drove Bob Mayer's car, and just I wasn't used to it. I'm not good at getting out of my car and then getting into something different. And
what happened to your backup car?
We didn't take it. If you start off the night with one car, you pretty much have to end up in that car unless you can borrow somebody else's, and you got to race it in. So we had to go to the Consi, and I think we started 16th or 18th and finished 15th, I think. So,
did you get any wins out there at Attica this year?
Yeah, I think we had. I should have did my homework before I came.
I could have done my homework
too. 2, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a little tougher we had all top 5s pretty much every night. Had a DNF when we broke our lower ball joint. So if you have to tighten your ball joint, it's probably broke. So just take it out and change it.
Should be a T-shirt.
That's the tech tip. It was a rough night, and we won the heat race and was really hard on the car, and went out for the feature, and it snapped going into 3, and I think I ended at the entrance of the corner out of 4.
Wow.
So it bottomed out and just pushed to the wall.
So how much of a haul is that coming up from Michigan out to Attica for you?
It's not bad. It's 2 hours.
Okay.
It's right up 80-90, so it's about the same as it would be for going to Tri-City up in Auburn. But just the drive is so much better down the turnpike than going up 75 and hitting all that traffic through Flint. And
Now the Tri-City is going to be UMP this year. Any thoughts of going up there?
If Attica's off, we'd probably go up there. They're doing those hard tire rules, so got to put some 30s in the barn and hold on to them like they're gold, because you don't use them enough.
Right.
But yeah, we'll probably go up there.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of strange because Tri-City switched over to UMP, and then I-96, which has been just a huge supporter of UMP, went to the Michigan tire rules. So with the American Racer MD56, just kind of a strange deal.
Yeah,
I didn't realize they did that.
They flip-flopped. Basically, they're gonna flip cars. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know. I like the UMP because you get the national points and you get all the same rules.
Is that the same thing that Atomic? They were teetering on going UMP, but they have a different tire rule down there too. Is it the same
Yeah.
that they have in Michigan?
Comic's open tire, I think.
Is it?
The folks at I-96 just felt that the expense of running UMP didn't justify the car counts that they were getting, and they thought that possibly going with the MSPA rules, they would pick up some cars. But they're not probably won't be the same quality of cars that they had. So it may be a trade-off.
Doesn't the American Ethanol Tour, they run
They run UMP.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
'Cause I know they had quite a few races there at I-96 with.
Now, I'm not sure that it's the same promoter, and Devin may know, between Merritt and Tri-City.
Yep. The owner that owns Merritt now
Is the promoter at Tri-City.
Is bought Tri-City.
Okay.
So that he was teetering back and forth between the American Racers and the UMP tires, the Hoosiers, and now he's switched both tracks to the same 30 compound on the
Around
Hoosier
30s around.
all the way around.
So speaking of those other tracks, did you get a chance this year to get to any other tracks besides Oakshade and Attica?
Yeah, we
Where
went to Merritt.
Okay.
We raced that $10,000 race up there.
How'd you do?
Blew two tires. So it was a costly weekend for me. We had the heat race. Spangler got into the back of me, took my quarter panel, and shoved it into the tire. So that took that tire out. And then in the feature, about 6 laps in, I picked something up off the track and put a hole in it, and our night was done.
No, you ever get in any altercations this year?
I wanted to that night, but
Okay.
no, I'm pretty easygoing.
I can't picture you getting too pissed off.
I really don't get too mad. I hate doing body work. That's the biggest thing. That's usually why I don't retaliate.
I don't care about the tire, but don't mess with my quarter panels.
Yeah, I hate banging out body panels, and so I usually don't hit back with the car. But yeah.
Well, and you do have a connection on getting the car washed, so
that's me. I pretty much got it all set up at home. Power washer, got a little soap dispenser. We got pretty much set up for that.
So how many other drivers accuse you of cheating?
Just Missler.
Okay.
He's so far he's the only one.
Is there any basis for that claim?
He just says it because he can't beat me. That's the biggest. That's the biggest thing.
Well, that must be because he knows he's cheating, and
Yeah,
you're
if
beating
he's
him.
cheating and not beating us, I got to be cheating better, I guess. I don't know. No, he started that, and he thinks it's funny.
It's caught on. Other people say, "Oh yeah, you're having the cheater on."
I probably should put it on my shirts when I get shirts
Put
this
on
year.
your spoiler.
Yeah.
Cheater.
Yep.
I'm the cheater.
Oh, he wants to get a little banner on the back of his car and it with an arrow pointing at cheater. And then I said I'd get one that said "Too fast for you," and then point it back at him. And yeah, he enjoys picking on me.
I think he beat you at least once this year.
Yeah, but that don't count.
That doesn't. He was cheating, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So what do you do to keep yourself busy during the off season?
We definitely don't work on the cars that much. It seems like it gets too cold out there, and so far I try getting everything done before winter starts. So I've got one motor pulled out of our backup car. Well, the car I ran this year, it was lapped out, so I had to pull the motor out and send it to Chuck's and get that rebuilt.
Chuck Noonan.
Yeah, I should see that about March, hopefully. The day of the race or something.
March of what year?
Yeah, that's kind of what we're. I tell them we're going to Florida, so we got to have it done. That's my only trick to try and get them, and it never works.
So what are your plans for next year? You're gonna go for a 4th championship there at Oakshade, run for Attica championship?
Yeah, we'll probably do the same thing. It's just too easy to go. We're 45 minutes from Oakshade, and it's we've been there. I think I've been going there since '98.
Been there since before I've been there.
Yeah. We ran bombers. I think '98 to 2000, 2000 to 2002 we ran sportsman, or no, 2000 to 2004 was, or 2003, 2004 was our late model first year, and we got hooked and can't get away from it.
Any thoughts ever doing a sprint car?
No, my wife won't let me.
No. Okay. Figured I'd ask.
Yeah,
We've
my
heard that
back's
from-
already got bad enough as it is.
We've heard that from a couple of wives.
Yeah.
They seem to have some control there. They're like management.
They flip too easy.
Not the wives, the cars.
The
right?
cars,
Gotcha.
yeah. The cars, the sprint cars they're tumble bunnies.
Yep.
Well, we look forward to seeing you back at Oakshade and Attica, and good luck getting. Have you gotten an Attica championship yet?
I've got
just-
one. Yep.
Okay, I
We
thought you
won
did. Was that-
Attica 2 years ago? I think.
17, right?
Yep.
That's when you won both Oakshade and Attica.
Yep.
That was a pretty good year, huh?
Yeah, that was a lot of work. That was the first year on the new car, and we almost won the birthday race that year too. We finished second to K-Rob.
Brad Stanley says he'll buy a Devin shirt.
All right.
I think it's one of
What
the
are the
cheaper
plans for next year?
We're gonna go Attica Oakshade. I'd like to hit a couple Tri-Cities if we. I don't know. I'm terrible at looking at schedules.
Yeah.
That is it's just me figuring this stuff out, and Dad just jumps in the truck and goes. So I got to have everything ready in the truck trailer, and then he jumps in and pays the way in. So
Same cars, same motors, just freshen them up?
yeah, I was debating whether to pull the motor out of the. I've got a 17 XR1 and an 18, and I've got two motors, so I try keeping them both. But now I think I might go back to the 17 car, and they drive totally different.
Really?
And I've tried everything I can do to make them the same. One car likes just it hooks up and goes and turns real well. The other one struggles in the heat race, but yet takes off in the dry slick and just runs through the middle really well. So I've even switched shocks, spring packages.
Why don't you run both of them? Just switch back and forth every other week.
We had both of them there last night. My brother drove the 17 car.
I mean, just this week I'm going to drive the 18 car. This week I'm going to drive the 17 car.
Then you got two cars to wash. I figured that out. When we always had one car, it was just that one car you had to worry about. But once you got the two cars and you wanted to do, because I was going to do Friday, Saturday, Attica Oakshade, do different cars.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You got two cars that are muddy on Sunday.
Well, there's a reason not to have two then.
Or Monday.
Says the guy
or
that
Monday,
owns a car wash.
Yeah.
or Monday if you elected to go somewhere on Sunday.
Yep, two cars on jack stands sitting there just covered in mud just doesn't work well.
All right. One last question for you here, which we asked the Fremont champions last week. Who would win in a race of equally prepared minivans? You, Jerry, Terry, or Cory? all the Oakshade champions. Equally, it's like an IROC race of minivans.
Probably me. I've got kids and I've got a minivan.
I was
so-
going to say Jerry. I was going to say
got
Jerry.
they've got the frame and
Oh, boy.
I don't know. It'll probably be they're all front wheel drive now anyway. So
Said he's got the dad's bod.
yeah, yep. I've put a van in the ditch a few times.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
We've done some donuts in the yard with them.
All right. Well, we'll find out your answer in a little bit.
I said it, Jerry.
We'll
I don't know.
think about it.
Corey's
Think
got a
about
lot of experience in front wheel
That's
drive.
true.
Yep,
Hold
that
on.
wheel drive. That's where it's
Let's
at.
let's take a listen to. I talked to since Jerry couldn't be here. Jerry Signor, champion of the sportsman class at Oakshade this year. He inadvertently had told somebody he'd be working for them tonight right before I asked him to come on the show, so he wasn't able to be here live. So I talked to him earlier in the week. And this is how that went. And I asked him the same question at the end.
Okay.
So we'll find out. Let me start out by saying congratulations on winning the championship at Oakshade this year in the sportsman class. And what does this track championship mean to you?
It means a lot. I still don't think it really sank in yet. Probably not till the banquet. But I still can't believe I won it.
And you had 4 feature wins during the points, I believe 5 total throughout the year. What do you attribute to your success this past season?
Good crew. My dad, my wife, my kids helped me out through the week. A good friend, Rusty Schlenk. Whenever I needed advice, I'd just give him a shout, and he would help me out best he could.
He seems to be a good person to get advice from.
Yeah, he knows his way around the track.
So this was your second season in the Sportsman, correct?
Yep.
And how many seasons were you running with the Bombers?
I started way back in, I think it's 2005 or 2006. I ran a few years, and then I sold my car to put down payment on a house. then I got back into the racing after my house was paid for, and so I couldn't tell you exactly how many years.
So you've had
a success like I did in the Sportsman.
So you're digging the Sportsman thing more than you did doing the Bombers. What was the highest you ever finished in the points in the Bombers? And were you even running for points?
The highest ever, I got up to second behind Jim Scout, and then that was the year that my daughter was born. So about halfway through the season, I got ready for my daughter to be born. More important things going on than racing.
Yeah, it seems you're very responsible. Down payment on a house, daughter, and then racing.
Yeah, it's bills come first before racing. Don't cost nothing for the car to sit there.
Yeah, that's true. Is there any one particular night that stands out in your mind from this past season, more so than any of the others?
I'd have to say the last feature I won, me and Brandon running door to door. Probably most of the feature was probably the most fun I've ever had racing.
Okay.
You know, even if I wouldn't have won, it was still probably the most fun I've ever had.
So do you have any more big life events coming up that would keep you from racing maybe next season?
Not really. Probably just spending more time with family, but by the sounds of it, the wife and kids want to go racing, so we might give her a shot to defend the title next year.
Might. It's not a definite, though.
Might. Not a definite, but might.
Any plans to? I know you're in the Sportsman, and it's hard to go other tracks with that. Have you raced any other tracks at all?
I've ran Butler a couple times when I was in the Bomber class, but I didn't like get my car tore up every night that I went there, so I won't ever go back there.
Okay. So if we do see you back, we'll see you at Oakshade and most likely in a Sportsman. No plans to move up, or I know a lot of people are going to modifieds these days. Any thoughts on that?
I'd like to run a modified, but I already got my Sportsman, and I would run one if someone offered a ride to me, but I wouldn't run one full time.
Okay, and I
like running Oakshade.
You own your own car then? The Sportsman is yours? You're not running for someone else?
Nope, it's my car.
And it's not for sale?
Everything's for sale for the right price.
Now, if you did happen to sell it, would you be looking at another car to replace it then?
Yeah.
Okay. So you wouldn't go away from racing?
Upgrade it a little bit.
I know I see...
When I say upgrade, I mean get a newer car, probably not a late model, because I ain't got deep enough pockets for that.
Yeah, that does take some deep pockets. But I do see a lot of people on social media, a lot of racers, their cars for sale, and everybody's first reaction is, what? You're getting out of racing? What's the deal? But for most parts, people like you would say, yeah, we're going to buy a better car, right?
Yep.
Well, you got...
Once you sell everything, it's hard to get back into it. You know, you don't... When you first start racing, you buy stuff here and there and accumulate. Once you get rid of it, then you have to buy it all. You know, start over.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little harder.
So how much of a transition was it going from the Bombers into a Sportsman?
I guess it's you got to rely on your car a little more in the Sportsman because you can hang it out there a little bit more. You got to get comfortable with it.
Can you tell the speed difference between the two?
You can, but when you're racing, it doesn't seem like you're really going that fast until you get out and you actually watch guys you run door to door with, and you're like, hey, you're getting around there pretty good.
Or you happen to run into something, then you realize you're going pretty fast.
Yeah.
Not that you had to worry about that. Did you have any incidents this year, or did you keep the car pretty clean?
I think I spun out in my heat race and backed into the dirt mound off turn 2. And then the last race of the season, come off turn 4, I ended up breaking the rear end. But other than that, it was a pretty good season.
That's right. I do remember that. So, well, congratulations.
One lap away.
It's one lap from the finish.
Having a good season, yeah.
Well, at least it was after the points. Or was it? That was after the points, wasn't it?
It was after the points, yep.
Okay. All right, one last question before I let you go here. We asked this question. I don't know if you watched or listened to last week's show with the Fremont champions, did you?
No.
So this is good. So good. If you, Devin, Cory and Terry, all the track champions of Oakshade Raceway, were to race in equally prepared minivans, who do you think would come out on top between you four, and why?
I'd say Cory.
Really? Because of the front-wheel drive experience there?
Because of the front-wheel drive experience.
All right. Well, you're the first person.
I know it's a long shot, but that's a true answer.
That's a good answer, and you're the first one to not pick themselves for to win. So at least it was honest. Hey, that worked out well too because you picked yourself. So
Yep.
I didn't know you were going to pick yourself, and that was pre-recorded.
Any race car driver usually picks himself. They want to win.
Apparently not Jerry.
No?
No.
But he is right. The front-wheel drive would give him an advantage.
Probably.
A lot of practice.
Yeah. Yep.
So that brings us to Terry Rushlow here. I told Cory we'd call him about 7:45. We're running a little bit behind. That's all right. You can wait. His brake line broke.
Or he's in a tree
climbing out of the
stand.
tree stand.
What's that?
As he's climbing out of the tree stand.
He's killing deer.
He's killed enough.
He's out there being Ted Nugent. Terry Rushlow, you and Jeff Folks had quite a battle all season long. It was every A main. It was you guys out there battling for the lead. Tell us about that.
You know what? First of all, we weren't even supposed to make this year. Even the first couple of races, we were going to miss the first 4 weeks, and then it rained out. 5 weeks in a row or whatever it was, 4 weeks in a row. So just to make the first race and then come out on top of the championship was just, crazy, first of all. But me and Jeff has always had, we're growing up. I've known him since we were kindergarten, I think. So we've always had a competition towards each other. A friendly one. It's not like anything evil or anything, but yeah, I don't know.
There was no getting out of the car after a race and curse words flying back and forth.
Oh, no, we have before, but it's all,
Before.
in the past. I'm talking about. It's all love between me and him. I mean, we're usually pretty close. So,
But you guys, I mean, you guys are very evenly matched all year. I'm always out there racing for the lead. I should have looked up how many wins that he got.
I believe he had 5.
How many did you end up with?
7.
Okay. Yeah. I got 7. You only got 5.
Nah. I just remember 7 because it's a lucky number 7. So that's a.
Did you guys ever make contact on the track?
We might have bumped or something.
Okay. Just
something
a little
like
bit
that.
rubbing, nothing.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But definitely put on. I mean, it made things tough on you to earn that championship.
Oh yeah, Jeff is the guy that doesn't mess up. So that's one thing. You can't get Jeff to mess up. You can't spook him. He's very consistent, very hard to pass. I mean, he's perfect to a sense of the line he wants, and this is where he's going to stay, and that's how Jeff is. He's a very clean driver. So.
Scott, there were a lot of nights that I felt the Bomber race was the best race of the night.
Yeah, I missed a lot of them because I was sitting in the chute for the Bomber B. But the ones I did see,
exciting racing.
Yeah, it was fun. This year was fun. I had a blast. Even if we would have took second, third, fourth, I mean, the racing all the way across the board, especially the last 4 or 5 nights, the track was just on point. It was perfect.
So you won the championship by just 4 points over folks there. How nerve-wracking was it to have to battle all the way into that final?
You know
feature?
what? I wasn't nervous until I got to the racetrack. But once I made the heat race, I won the heat race that night. Once I got that, I set sail from there. I knew I had to finish 4th or better, and this is what it's going to take. So
how were your draws going?
You know what? We actually did pretty good with draws this year, yeah. So we were probably 25-75 on the good, so we were pretty good overall. We had the last 4 nights we drew a 125, 124, 125, I think, again. 3 or 4 nights, and I was like, God, this never ends.
How does this championship this year compare to the one back in 2013?
Well, first of all, it's not my car, so that's one of the big things.
So it was your car in 2013.
Well, it was technically his car.
Okay.
But it was my car. It was our car together. Okay. And he's just like, I want to fork the money over. I'm like, okay. So, and then this car was Rife's car, so which is my cousin. I don't know if you knew that or not, but
I did not know you were cousins.
yeah.
I was going to ask how that deal came together for driving for him this year.
He wanted to do some camping this year, and I think he could have raced every night because he was there every night except one night.
I saw him there most nights.
He could have raced if he wanted to, but our car wasn't going to be ready, so he's just like, you know what, just use mine. And we had to wait for the motor, of course, like I said, and got the motor back and ended up with his car, which I think we were going to end up with his motor in our car. That's what the original plan was, but our car didn't make it. It's still sitting there, by the way, John.
Yeah.
Yeah, he thinks it is anyway.
But yeah.
It's waiting on a trip to Ron's.
Now, what's your relationship to Jeff Oakes?
That's my brother-in-law. Yeah, I'm married to his sister. Yeah.
That's why you guys didn't get any
They didn't want
the
to mess
curse
up.
words flying
Didn't want to
back
mess
and
up
forth.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Yeah.
We've known each other a long time, since we were 4 or 5 years old, so yeah, we know a long time.
Gotcha. See, I did not know
Probably
that.
before you were married, huh?
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, I moved to Holland, and then he ended up moving right next door to me. After we went to school together, we moved, and then he came a year later and moved next to us. So it was pretty ironic.
So do you know if Rife's going to be driving his car?
I believe Rife will be a full season next year. Yeah.
So what's up for you next year?
We'll be Eldora Lima. We're going to do a little bit Oakshade, so we're not opting out completely. We're just
Still in the bomber class then?
yeah.
Stock class?
I just don't want to do 20-something weeks again. That is stressful. It is just a pain. This year was 15 or 16 nights, so it wasn't too bad. But usually it's you're putting blood, sweat, and tears, which we did. I know Shields knows that.
A lot of hours.
Now, the car that you're going to be running at Lyman Eldora, that's the one with Jamie?
That's Fowler's car.
Jamie Fowler?
Yep, that's Jamie Fowler's car. So that'd be a Ford motor in that one, or engine, and so that's going to be a learn curve.
So what about your car?
It's going to sit there.
It's going to sit there as a backup. It'll be going to Ron's to get the to make it legal, to make it Eldora legal, because it's not legal right now. 1.5-inch cage. So
Have you run Eldora before?
I have. I ran the 2012. What do they call it?
Blue collar bash.
Bomber or blue
collar bash.
Yeah, they did it one time and didn't turn out well. So I don't think they did it again. I don't think they lost money, I think.
I mean, we had a blast down there.
Yeah, it was fun.
We spent the night down there. And
Yeah,
it was a good time.
It was
We
a 2-day show.
3rd, 5th, and 8th, I think,
Yeah.
down there
Yep.
for 3 events.
Yeah, we did well. We did all right.
No, Eldora doesn't run a regular schedule. They're kind of spotty. It's not an every week kind of thing, but that's why you're going to be running Lima Land.
Yep. So it's 7 or 8 nights, something like that. And then Lima, we're just going to hit and miss. We're just going to play at Lima, and then same with that.
So you're not really going for any championships next year?
We'd like to get...
Other than Eldora.
Eldora would be the ideal championship, but I think that's a far shot out there. But we're going to go for Rookie of the Year, which would be Rookie of the Year top 10. I mean, that would be...
Doesn't seem too far-fetched for a champion of Oakshade Raceway.
Yeah. And I know what the track's about, so it's not like it won't be my first time. So it's a lot faster, but...
It's got 4 corners and it's dirt.
That's right. Get her sideways.
It does have a wall, though, around the corners.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
Oh, it's fun touching the wall.
Is it fun? Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah.
probably helps you turn.
Yeah,
right?
it does.
You're
You
not
just lay the
supposed to run
corner
into
up on
those,
it.
Scott.
What?
You're not supposed to run into those.
Oh, I thought I always see everybody leaning on it. It helps turn the car.
That's a spoiler terror offer. Get it in there, the spoiler's gone.
So let me ask you the same question here. Of the equally prepared minivans, who would win that race?
I already said. I said Jerry.
You're sticking with Jerry.
Yeah, I think Jerry would be the dad's idea. I don't know. He's just
Even over Devin's experience?
I don't really know Devin, so it's hard. I know Jerry, so
He's got a lot of minivan experience too.
I'm sure he does. He's got kids, and I'm sure
The
Devin
minivans
does
get
too.
top-
So
top
I don't got no
end, buddy.
minivans. I'm out. So I see a minivan. If you want to race it, I'll race it. But outside of that,
Don't put your money on you. Is what you're saying?
yeah.
All right.
So
Is there anyone you think you could beat in a minivan?
anyone I could beat,
Yeah.
John. I
John?
could beat
Okay.
John. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. He would struggle with me.
Yeah, I don't drive minivans.
Me neither. I'm a minivan guy, but All right. Well, we look forward to seeing you at some point
Yes,
at
sir.
Oakshade next year, and good luck down there.
Yes, sir.
At Eldora. Once you get that Rookie of the Year thing, we'll get you back in.
Yes,
here.
sir. That'd be awesome. Thanks.
What do you say we try and get Cory on the phone here?
Well, go for it.
Oh, crap. The phone thing's over here. Talk about Ron Miller race cars.
Ron Miller Race Cars.
Yeah.
He's swamped up there.
He is busy.
We've been staying busy.
He's got a lot of stuff going on.
We've had a few drag cars in there lately and building roll cages for them.
I saw that truck that you had, that van. That
Yeah.
old van driving down the road.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, wow, Ron actually got that thing fixed and running.
Yeah. Actually, the customer likes it.
I thought it looked pretty sweet
Yeah.
running down Monroe Street.
that old.
The old 50
Yeah.
Dodge panel.
Yeah. That was sweet looking. Yeah, that's a nice truck. You had the
Your call cannot be completed.
That
as
Cutlass.
dialed. Please
You done the wrong
consult your
number?
direct.
was that Cutlass?
That we put a cage in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I
That
put
was
in
a
the
nice
number you
car.
gave me. We'll try again.
well, and you. Yeah.
He scribbled the wrong number out.
Did you dial one?
I thought so. Hold on, let me make sure I got a dial tone here. All right, we're good there. So we do that. Oh, I might not have dialed a one.
Oh,
No. Yeah. Anyway, we've got his best friend has a Monte Carlo, an '85 Monte there that we just wrapped up the roll cage and ornery.
Is that what it was?
Yeah. Well, no, this is another one that just came in this
okay.
week.
I thought you were talking about the Cutlass.
And no, that was a Cutlass.
That
And-
Cutlass was pretty. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a
and
nice
this
car.
one's big block 85
Your
Monte.
call cannot be completed as dialed. Please
He's going to answer
consult
the
your
phone out of
directory
breath.
and
And
call
he's
again.
pouring beer.
What's the number there, John? You know it.
I get he gave me the number there.
You got the right one. Did you scribble it out like you've been doing?
517-343.
Don't say it out loud.
Let's get everybody his number.
Don't say it out loud.
We'll do it in car numbers. Who drives the?
Yeah, there you go.
The last numbers is Chuck Hummer.
Yeah, and then the first
For
one's down
Cody
to
Laney?
Baskin.
Paskin, yeah, that works. That's what I dialed. I don't know why it's not working. We'll try one more time, and we're gonna. Cory, if you're listening, call in. Give us a call. 419-214-0925.
He's cold right now. He can't. He's out. He's got compound in his hand. He don't care about this.
Are you sure it's 517?
Yeah.
He better not be hunting this late at night. He'd be poaching.
Oh, yeah. I thought you could hunt all night.
No.
No.
There you go. There you go. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe
I'm not a
I
hunter.
missed out.
Either.
I'm out.
Got too much to do.
Hopefully we dialed right.
Yeah.
Some pizza place or something.
Hello?
Is this Cory?
Yeah, that's him.
I dialed right.
Hey, you finally got
Third
it.
time was a charm. Hey, it's Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, Terry Rushlow, Devin Shiels, and car owner back here.
John Raines.
Yeah. Say hi.
Hi.
No,
How's it going, fellas?
Pretty good, Cory.
So what's going on with your brakes?
Blew a brake line when I came out hunting.
Is that a true story, or is that just an excuse so you could stay out hunting?
No, I actually blew a brake line, a back one, and yeah.
Didn't think you should be driving to Toledo with only front brakes.
Yeah, I'm not doing that one.
I understand.
I think you could have done it, but
You'd probably try going to a racetrack that way, but certainly not to a radio station.
Oh, for sure.
on the phone with Cory Gumm, our 2019 compact champion at Oakshade Raceway. What does winning your first Oakshade Raceway championship mean to you?
Feels good. I mean, just staying consistent. That's something I haven't really done. I could have had a couple championships and just never stayed consistent, staying to the track the whole year. I mean, it's something big, that's for sure.
Was it fun?
Oh yeah, it was fun, that's for sure.
How many people have you asked that are winning? Was it fun? And they say no. No, it wasn't fun.
Devin said it was a lot of work.
Oh, well, that's true. Was it a lot of work for you, Cory?
Not too bad, I guess.
How many years you been racing now?
Since 2013.
So 5 years. You got the track championship there. You won 8 features this year. How were you able to string that together?
I'm not sure. Just made sure I stayed up on the car and kept everything going.
Okay. Now you do some other things, don't you? I thought I saw you do some county fair figure 8 racing and some other things, right?
Yeah, Demolition Derby.
Demolition Derbies. Did you do any of those this year?
Yeah. I did one in Lenawee County, did Fulton County. My car went to Hillsdale County, let my sister drive that.
Did you win?
I did in Adrian, won a heat, second a feature. Fulton County, probably like 10th, so not the best there, but I went 5th in Hillsdale.
How'd your sister do?
She got 5th in Hillsdale.
Now, do you ever get confused and think you're in a Demolition Derby when you're at a race at Oakshade?
No. I think some of those guys out there do, though.
Anybody you want to call out on that in particular? Probably not a good idea.
I wouldn't go there.
No.
Now you had a pretty big point lead going into the final few races of the season. Did you let off the gas a little bit there, kind of lay off there, and kind of take it easy the final few weeks?
Don't lie, Cory.
No comment on that.
Well, I mean, it could be strategy. I mean, obviously you want to take care of your equipment, make sure you're there each week. So, I mean, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I wasn't implying that, but
yeah, it seems like you had an engine problem or something there a couple of races from the end and had to come from the tail. So, tell us about that one, Cory.
I don't know. Car acted funny. So, that's figure I'll start to tell.
Just like your brakes went out, right?
No, it was just missing.
Oh. So, tell us about the competition in the compact class there at Oakshade. How competitive is that class?
There's a few good guys. I mean, I don't like to talk bad about anybody, but there's only really good couple that was really competitive this year. And
now,
I mean,
do you have any close?
Or Oakshade, I should say.
Any close friends that you race with there at Oakshade?
No one really close, just people I talk to.
Okay.
I mean,
any other tracks you got to this past season?
Yeah, been Crystal, won there. Been I-75, 411, Kokomo. I've been to Butler. I don't know if I said I-96, been there too.
So you had a pretty busy year then.
He travels.
Yeah, for sure.
What's on in the cards for 2020 for Cory Gumm?
I'll be racing compacts. Probably gonna travel down south for that.
I thought I saw you got a bomber.
Yeah, I do have a bomber.
He's selling it.
I actually put it for sale. If I don't sell it, I will race that sometimes. But I'm going to just do a few other things, do some karting, and do the compact still.
Okay. Will you be defending your championship at Oakshade?
I don't believe so, but I don't know. Things could change.
Things happen to change a lot for race car drivers, I've noticed. But, all right, well, one last question for you, and I don't know if you heard us ask the other drivers, so you might have had some time to prepare. But who would win in a race of equally prepared minivans among all of the 2019 Oakshade Raceway champions, Devin, Terry, and Jerry, and yourself? And just for the record, I don't know if you heard, but Jerry Signor actually said that you would win because you have the most front-wheel drive experience.
Huh. I couldn't really tell you, to be honest with you.
Well, just take a guess. Who do you think would win? It's okay. Devin's over here. He's not saying anything, but
I'm gonna go with myself. Sorry, boys.
There you go.
Because of your front-wheel drive experience?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll go with that one.
We'll go with that.
Sure.
All right, man. Well, good luck and everything next year, and look forward to seeing you in a bomber at least once, maybe, if you don't sell that car.
All right.
Cory, it's good talking to you again, buddy.
Get those brakes fixed.
Yep, for sure.
All right, man. Thanks for the time.
Yep, have a good night.
You too.
Cory Gumm.
Cory Gumm, your 2019 compact track champion there at Oakshade Raceway. And that is your 2019 Oakshade Raceway champions. It sounds like Cory's got the the most votes, even though you voted for Jerry and you picked yourself.
Yeah.
Wait, nobody picked me. Hang on, me.
There you go.
There you go.
I think we need to make that
Change your vote, right?
I think we need to find some minivans and make these races happen.
Oh, man. Equally prepared, huh?
Yeah.
I see this one involving Ron Miller race cars, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to opt out of that deal.
Oh, jeez.
All right.
Roll cages.
Time to play How Many. Last week's How Many was a little bit of a weird one. We did how many times would we say Sean Valeni, who was our guest in the studio last week, one of the Fremont champions.
And we ran that one up a bit.
Well, I ran that up, yeah, because I guessed last and I picked the highest number. So obviously I ran that up, but
and you went back and
I
really
went and
counted.
listened to the whole thing, and it was I was trying to work at the same time and trying to pay attention. I'm like, oh crap, I think I missed one, so I had to back it up and keep going. But I came up unofficially. Now I'm going to go with officially with 29.
Really?
29 Sean Valeni. There was a couple times we just said Sean without the Sean Valeni,
Okay.
but there were 29 Sean Valenis.
Is it because you like saying Valeni?
No, it's because he was here. That was it. And I needed to come up with something, and I was grasping
And
at
before we
straws.
closed out the show, we said Sean Valenti like 10 times.
So I was the winner of the in-studio. I guessed 25.
That's
But,
rigged.
29 was that. And
Yeah,
our online winner, who guessed his own number on his race car, was Roddy Schroyer.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
he guessed 28. So if he gets with Dean Henry there, he can get a Big D pizza from over there in Clyde.
Wow.
This week's How Many, since no real racing coming up other than NASCAR stuff this weekend, and there's a big game starting in a little bit if you're a Browns fan, which I am. I'm sorry to say.
Browns and Steelers?
Yeah. 8 o'clock or 8:20.
8:20.
About 13 minutes from now. So we'll be wrapping up here shortly. Plenty of time. Tonight's How Many is how many points will the Browns score against the Steelers in tonight's game? And you can only guess once. You can put your guess in the Facebook comments online, and only your first guess will count. So if you wait till after the game and that's your first guess, cool. But if somebody else guessed that before you, then they're going to get.
Then you
that.
lose.
Then you lose.
So you'd better get it in before the game.
But make your guess count, because only your first guess will count, and you can put it in the comments on our Facebook Live. Our in-studio guesses, we'll go with.
Being a Browns fan, you just jump right in there. You're first tonight, Scott.
Well, being a Browns fan, I know how poorly they can do at any time.
I didn't look. Where are they?
They're like 3-6.
No. Are they?
Oh, they're in.
Are they Pittsburgh or are they in Cleveland?
I think they're in Cleveland. I'm pretty sure it's Cleveland.
I don't know.
I think it's Cleveland.
Somebody online, quick, help us.
Probably just turned it on. I don't know if that's the right channel, but I'm pretty sure it's in Cleveland. Do you think that's going to make a difference with how many points they're going to score?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go with 23.
Ooh, you are an
A lot of
optimist.
Steelers fans up there.
Wait, did you say 23 points?
23 points.
To
How
the
many
good?
how many are the Browns going to score?
Holy.
Wow. They're gunning.
That's optimistic.
Running and gunning.
That's.
I know.
Since I want the Browns to win, I'm going to say 24-10, so 14.
Huh?
24-10.
24-10. Well, why don't you say
14
24?
points.
I'm not saying the difference. I'm saying how many points are
How
they
much
going
are they
to
gonna
score?
score?
Total score for the
Browns are scoring.
Just the Browns.
24.
Just the Browns. 24. Okay. 24 for Terry.
John, jump in over there.
I'm going to say 10.
Ooh.
All right, Devin, what do you got?
I don't watch it very often, but if they're anything like the Lions,
They are. They are something like the Lions.
I'm going to go with 9. It's going to be all field goals.
That is probably not a bad guess.
Kathy, you're over in the corner.
Yeah, I know. You took my number. I don't know. Make it 12. I don't know.
3 or 4 field goals
four
there.
field goals.
10.
Highest paid person in the Lions is the field goal kicker.
10?
10.
He already said 10.
I'm sorry. He's not a regular.
Jeez. Wow.
Make it 16.
You've been put in your place.
Oh, boy.
16. All right. So there we go.
He's just a car owner. He put his helmet up.
Again, you can play along online if you want to guess how
You
many
got
points.
me in at 16, right?
I got you at 16.
All right, very good.
Put your guess in the comments. Only your first guess will count. And so, like, you could wait till after the game, and then you put in the right exact amount. But if somebody's already guessed it, then you're SOL.
You lose.
Yeah. So it's a game. It's a gambling game. And it's a pizza on the line from Big D's, thanks to Dean Henry, if he's still doing that. And he usually says he is. My brother says 6. That's probably a good guess, too. 2 field goals. Upcoming races coming up, Sandusky Speedway, January 1st, the 45th annual Wild Bill Hart Hangover Race. Either you guys, it's too cold for you guys, isn't it?
Yeah, there's snow on the ground.
I'm out.
Maybe. You never know.
Maybe need a snowmobile.
Yeah.
Could be 50 degrees.
Could be.
It might be.
That's true. Around here, never know.
Anyways, that's coming up New Year's Day. Pits open at 9, main gate at 11, racing at 1 o'clock. General admission, $12 over there at Sandusky Speedway. And beyond that, that's not much else going on here.
After last year's Mud Fest, I haven't heard anything from Mid-Michigan.
They did that was that beginning of February, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That's snow-covered.
that was bad. Oh,
That was fun.
It's snow-covered now.
yeah.
They got about 12 inches up there.
That's about what it was like when they had that race last year.
Yeah, but then it got warm, and the track thawed, and
underneath the track was still frozen, but at the top
it
layer
was just a
soup.
sloppy mess.
Yeah.
What do you do for motor oil? You change that? For the cold weather?
Yeah, 15.
Change it?
1540.
Ooh, that 40 would be taking a while to heat up.
Ron's giving out his secrets. That's how he's won so many of those things. Thanks to associate producer Dave Kemmer for helping out with things. Next week, we're back with the Toledo Speedway champions, featuring Mike Young, Greg Stowell Jr., and Matt Ringer. And then 2 weeks from tonight, we're off for Thanksgiving, and then we'll come back that first weekend first Thursday in December. With Attica Raceway champions.
Yeah.
I got to put that together still. That's too far out. Can't plan that far.
Yeah,
ahead.
people forget.
Yeah. So again, thanks to everybody for coming in tonight. Devin Shiels, Terry Rushlow, John.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having us.
Thanks.
Good show, guys. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for being here.
Jerry Signor giving us time earlier in the week, and Cory on the phone there.
Yeah, climbed out of his tree stand.
Yeah.
He's probably still in the stand.
Again, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, at Hammer Report. And, hammerdownracingreport.com. That website doesn't work anymore.
Really?
They shut me down. Apparently, they got tagged by a bot. Said, you got too much traffic. You violated our policy. I'm like, the hell? Nobody goes to that site. So just go to our Facebook page. I'm mad at the people, web host people.
Or iHeartMedia.
I'm not mad at iHeartMedia.
No, but you could go there and listen to us.
Listen to us on iHeartRadio, yes. Very good. We'll be back again next week with the Toledo Speedway champions. We're out for tonight. Go enjoy the Browns game. Let's find out who wins. I hope they get 40 points. Wait,
That's a lot of
no.
field goals.
If they did, I would still lose because you picked 24, so you'd be the winner.
So now, are you a Browns
I said
fan, or do you
complete
want to
score.
win the wager?
I guess I'm a Browns fan. I'm a stupid Browns fan. It happens.
All
See you next
right.
week. We're out.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report from the Ron Miller Race Car Studio. Listen on demand on iHeartRadio.